Video game. Pretty tired myself, but that's alright. Let's chill a bit with some Kyle Hyde, eh? Let's check back with him.
Hello, bird.
Wow, he's really going at it now. Alright. Last time, Kyle got kicked out of his job and out of his apartment. So, this time...
He's excited for Hyde.
Let's see what's going on. Okay. December 18th, room 202. Fuck you. Stupid fucking thing. You passed her too. The alarm in my cramped apartment starts to beep.
Your software is up to date.
Oh, come on. Can't you let me get just a little more
It's
shut-eye?
almost Christmas.
Every morning I have to fight the temptation to get a gun and shoot the damn thing. Guess the only way to stop that damn beeping is to get up and hit myself. No, hit it myself. Not quite that violent yet. Okay, I get it. I lift my weary head from the pillow and open my tired eyes. On the table beside my bed is that damn alarm clock. Come on, Hyde, focus. What a puzzle. 8 o'clock already. If I still had my job, this would be my cue to get up. Guess I don't need to worry about that kind of thing anymore, though. I throw my head back down on the pillow and fall asleep again. Great. Now the phone's ringing. I reach out from my bed and grab the receiver. Yeah? From your voice, it sounds like you're still in bed. Who is this? It's me, Kyle. Oh, Kyle, you don't remember your mother's voice after only half a year? Mom? So it's my mom, Jeannie. She had a tough time after my old man passed away. Had to raise me on her own. Now she lives by herself in New Jersey, working as a nurse. If you don't drag yourself out of bed soon, you'll be late for work, you know? Taking today off. Oh, I'm sorry. I should have saved this call for another time and let you rest. Don't sweat it. I was planning on getting up around now anyway. But why are you calling me this early? Something up? Well, actually there is. It's been on my mind since last night. Got a call from someone calling himself Rex Foster. Rex Foster? He said he wanted to ask me a couple of questions. He was keen to know if I was the mother of Kyle Hyde, ex-New York detective. When I told him I was, he continued with something that caught me off guard. He asked whether you were still searching for Brian Bradley or not. What did you tell him? I said I don't know. That's all he wanted to know, in fact. Once I answered his question, he hung up. I need to know though, are you still looking for Bradley, Kyle? That's ancient history, Mom. I'm done looking for Bradley. Brian Bradley, my partner from back when I was a cop in New York. 4 years ago, he was working undercover and it turned out he was on the take. He was a good friend. After I put a bullet in him, I quit the force. It's probably for the best. Yeah, maybe. Who's this Rex Foster anyway? Can't say the name rings a bell. And Mom, if you get any more calls from strangers asking you questions, I know what you're going to say, but I thought he was something I skipped accidentally. He's not. I told you I don't know the guy.
Bradley is not forgotten.
I don't know anybody who'd call my mom to snoop around for info. Okay, I understand. Glad to hear it. Anyway, I gotta go, Mom. Kyle, wait! What now? How are things with Ed? Yeah, about that. Ed, boss of Rat Crown. He and my old man were buddies in a sense. They both drank at the same bar and they got to talking a lot. It's been 25 years since the incident in the downtown parking lot, when an officer on patrol came across my dad's body. It was Ed, a member of the Los Angeles police force at the time, that found him. When you said to me you were going to work for Ed, Kyle, I couldn't work it out. You're just not the salesman type. I worry about you even now. I'm your mother, it's in the job description. Look, Mom, I'm 34 years old. I think it's about time you eased up on the worrying a bit. You're probably right. It's just, you're the same age your father was when he died and... No, you're right. I worry too much. I'll let you go now, Kyle. Have a nice day off and look after yourself. I was wide awake after a chat I had with my mom. Gave up trying to get back to sleep and dragged myself out of bed. Guess I was still in work mode. No late sleeping for me. Make my way to the sink and turn on the tap. I splash cold water over my face, giving my senses a sharp wake up call. Ah! The facade is breaking. Feeling a lot more alert, I pull out some clothes and get dressed. I still feel that strange lack of focus and can't quite get my head together. There isn't anything I feel like doing right now. Before I know it, I find myself slumped on the sofa. I slowly begin to gain a little clarity as I sit there, but there's something about hearing my mom's voice after all this time. That and the fact that I'm blankly staring at the worn-out wallpaper in my room sends me plunging back through my thoughts to a point somewhere in the past. I start reminiscing about Los Angeles, the place I was born and raised. Then about my dad, Chris Hyde, who was a man with little to say, so into his work that he was rarely home. My mom was working as a nurse back then too. I'd come home from school each day only to be greeted by an empty apartment. I was 9 years old when my dad died. 3 days after he left for a job, he wound up dead in a parking lot somewhere downtown. I recall Mom crying for a solid week after it happened. After she managed to get her feelings together, she packed out her stuff and took us off to start a new life in Manhattan. Why did my dad have to die like that? Who wanted him dead, and why did we have to leave town? I had all these questions going around in my head, but Mom wasn't talking. My nose is clogging up again. Fuck! This is the worst! I'll be right back. 7 years into our new life in Manhattan, when I was 16 years old, Mom decided to start talking to me about Dad. She chose this time to reveal something I didn't know about him. She told me that he used to be a safecracker. He'd reached a point where he wanted to wash his hands of it, but after he left home to do his last job, he never returned. His death was unexplained and the case remains unsolved to this day. 6 short years from then, I became a detective. I still remember the words my mom said to me on that day about my old man. She said that now I'm a detective, I can uncover the truth behind his death. I took her words lightly. After all, I knew about being in this line of work. I knew that getting to the bottom of the mysteries surrounding a man's death could lead to truths that relatives of the deceased wouldn't want to hear. Even with the tools I had at my disposal, I wasn't willing to dig. I quit the job and still don't know the truth. I return from a trance-like state, draw a long breath, and stand up from the sofa. Just me and my thoughts. Alright, what the fuck do we do now? Guess we can go take a walk or something. Or not. Huh? It's the phone again. Hey there. With the receiver pressed against my ear, I hear a familiar voice. Hi, Rachel. Whoops, wrong voice. Hi, Rachel. How are you doing, handsome? I've been better. Sure you have. Things could be a lot worse, though. For someone who lost their job yesterday, you sound pretty good. Well, I'm not exactly full of sunshine and happiness, you know. Same old Kyle. Always got something on your mind. Head around. Just stepped out not 5 minutes ago. Said anything about me? Yeah, you've come up in conversation. You said that if you call, not to bother letting him know. Damn, sounds like he's really blown a gasket this time. Gasket? Gasket? I'm not sure. And then some. Can you blame him though? Some people might say he made the right choice. 2 days after leaving on a job and not a single phone call to check in. You didn't even show up at the place you were supposed to be heading to. Maybe I did kind of have it coming. Still, even given the circumstances, why do you choose now to fire you? I mean, it's not like this is the first time you slacked off on a job. Hey, did something happen between you two? Could have been because I told him I don't want to do this kind of work anymore. Yeah, that'd do it. Lined myself up for a bullet there, I suppose. Do you know when he'll be back? There's something he and I need to discuss. He'll be back a bit after lunchtime. Said he's going to listen to the election candidates' speeches. Really? Doesn't sound like the Ed I know. He was always raging on about how much he hates politics. He mentioned that one of the people running for mayor is an ex-boss of his. A guy called Hugh Speck. The whole thing's going to be televised too. It'll be on at 9. Right. Well, as soon as he gets back, get me on the phone. Oh, one other thing. You had a phone call earlier. Someone going by the name of Rex Foster. Ring any bells? What? It just said that you were on holiday and he hung up. You a friend of yours? Definitely not. But the same guy called my mom last night too. Your mom? What did he want? That's what I want to find out. Seems he already knew I used to be a detective though. Rachel, can you do me a favor? If he calls again, let me know. Gotcha. Now we'll be in touch when Ned gets back. Keep your pager on, okay? Roger that. Blowing my nose didn't really help much. It's already clocked back up. Fuck. I don't envy Rachel. She's Ed's PA, but also struggles to keep me and Ed civil. Come to think of it, she's the only woman I'm happy to be totally open with. I reach into my pocket and switch on my pager. Rex Foster. Why is this gun keeping tabs on me?
Your old video game allergies acting up again.
9 o'clock already? That's when Rachel said they start showing the speeches on the news. I guess if Ed's made the effort to drag himself along to listen, might as well switch on the TV and give it a try. Got nothing better to do. Alright. There's a TV on the table. Doesn't look like much, but at least it works. There's an old cartoon on. Pinky the Rabbit, huh? That takes me back. I used to love this guy. Hugh Speck, the most prominent candidate in this election, will be giving his campaign speech momentarily. And 5 News is here with live coverage of that speech. Stay tuned. Answering the cheers from the crowd, Hugh Speck takes the podium. Speck is a retired LAPD officer and is even now working to stamp out petty and organized crime in the city. Today at 4 p.m., 5 will be airing an exclusive look at the man himself. Don't forget to tune in. This is Robert Harrison for 5 News signing off. Hugh Speck, an ex-cop and also Ed's old boss, trying to become a mayor now. Ambitious guy. Looks like he's got a special TV slot at 4 o'clock. Think I'll check it out.
Hugh looks like a true American.
Yeah. Like a real politician. Someone buzzes my room. Who's there? Cool, you're still here. Great, what do you want? You know what time it is, right? Trust me, man, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't important. It's always important with you. Go on, spill it. I need your help, like really need your help. Hey, calm down, will you? Spit it out. What's wrong? Thanks, just hear me out, okay? Come with me. I need you to help me out of a fix with some quick thinking. Quick thinking? Yeah, I'm being squeezed by that chick down the hall, but she's got it all wrong. You're being... What the hell are you blabbing on about, Tony? You better start making sense pretty soon or you're out of here. Alright, let me catch my breath. It's really bad. I mean, it's worse than really bad. What could be that bad? She's shouting out some crazy stuff, saying I'm a no-good thief. She thinks you're a thief? Come on, Tony, what did you do this time? Yeah, that's right. Take one look at me and sent me downtown. I'm innocent. I'll tell you how much I've tried telling her. She thinks I've snatched her ring. Just keeps screaming it over and over. Ring? Who thinks you've stolen their ring? Mary, that's who. She made up her mind and won't listen to reason. Mary? You know, the chick living in room 206? She's the blonde one who moved in around half a year back. This stuck-up one, right? So we're clear. Anyway, Mary's lost her ring somewhere, and now she's accusing me. I'm drawing a total blank. Why does Mary think it was you that took her ring? Search me! It's gotta have a reason though, I mean, she's not imagining it, right? Got no idea what she's thinking. Told you, it doesn't make any sense to me. Did you try asking her why she thinks it was you? Yeah, but she just came out of nowhere and boggled into my room, demanding that I return her precious ring. She wouldn't even let me speak. So, you didn't do anything that could have led her to suspect it was you? I don't know. I mean, I can't remember. I see. I don't know what she's on. Chick must be crazy or something. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, Tony. But I need you to promise you really didn't take that ring. Why the hell would I even touch a stupid ring? Maybe many things, but I'm not the kind of guy who steals people's stuff. Yeah, I guess you're not. Now that I think about it, you're not the sort who grabs a person's wallet. Damn right. Now that you finally realize, man, I'm not a thief. So I need you to go in there and convince her of the same. She's bound to listen to you. I don't have a chance in hell on my own. Yeah, well, let's hope you're right. You got a moment? Maybe. What do you want? Looks like you and Tony are having some sort of disagreement. You could say that. Her name's Mary Reebett. She moved into 206 about half a year ago. I don't know the first thing about her. Can you tell me what happened? That ring's been stolen, that's what. It was that guy from 201. He did it. Why are you so convinced it was him? Simple. He was the only person around when it was missing. He stole it right out of my room. How can you be sure? He must have taken it this morning when I went to the vending machine in the lobby. I planned on getting straight back to my room, so I left the door unlocked. Is that all you've got to go on? Not quite. I passed him on the stairs on my way down. He was heading up to the second floor. I think he seized that opportunity to snoop around in my room. Snatched my ring while I was away. So that's why you think it was him? Exactly. Seriously, that's the only reason you think it was him? It's gotta be, I'm sure of it. After all, he wasn't the only person around when he went past my room. And saw the door was unlocked. He what? Well, it's no secret he's short of cash. I'm sure he's no stranger to taking other people's stuff either. No stranger? What the hell? So, getting too close to the truth, am I? Don't play the innocent with me. I've seen you borrowing money from other people in the building. I don't have to listen to this crap. Take it easy, Tony. Waving your fists around ain't gonna help your case. Yeah, I know, man. Mr. Hyde, I don't know why he's decided to involve you in this, but all I want is for him to return my ring. When exactly did your ring go missing? I'd say about an hour ago. When I got back from the lobby, my door was open. This was unusual, but I headed inside and soon noticed my ring was gone. It wasn't in the place I remember leaving it. I knew what had happened immediately. He stole it. What kind of ring was stolen? A diamond one. It was a 3-carat diamond ring with rubies on it. Sounds like it came with quite a price tag. It's a very important ring to me. I got it as a present from someone special.
Objection.
Where did you leave the ring? Where? Inside my room, of course. Though I don't see why I should share that sort of information with you. You see now, Mr. Hyde? Do you understand why I think he stole my ring? It's not that I don't understand what you're saying, Mary. But Tony's telling me a different story. He swears he didn't take it. You tell her, Hyde. That's what I've been saying from the start. What would I want with this stupid ring anyway? How can you be sure it wasn't taken by someone who snuck into the building? After all, anyone can just wander in here. There's some weird people around. Like last night, when I saw this suspicious lady in sunglasses going out the door. Who the hell was that? You saw it too, right, Hyde? Yes, are. Well, I'm not convinced. It goes without saying that there are suspicious people around. But if you ask me, you're the most suspicious one of the lot. Will you just drop it already? Hey, get your hands off me. Tony. Huh? Can you please keep the noise down? What's all this shouting in aid of, anyway? Betty! You've gotta hear me out. It's Mary, she's saying all kinds of crap about me. Yeah, she thinks you've stolen a ring, right? Keep your voice down unless you want the entire block to hear you. Being set up! What do I want with a lousy ring? Mary? Yes? About the ring that you say was stolen from you. It's that diamond one you always wear, right? Yes, that's right. So, you've seen this ring before, Betty? Yeah, I've seen it. Don't know if the diamond's a real one or not, though. Of course it's real. Hate to say it, but I think you're pointing the finger at the wrong person, Mary. So it's settled. You do believe me after all. Slow down there. I never said that. But I just think that your version of events is more believable than theirs. What did you say? Mary, this isn't the first time this kind of thing has happened, is it? I don't know what you mean. Come on, think back. It was when you first moved into the building. You were ranting about some of your stuff going missing then too. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you blame the whole thing on Billy from 205? In the end though, it turned out that the moving company just messed up. What I'm trying to say is, before you go blaming Tony, why don't you try searching your apartment again? If you really want to continue this ruckus, do it somewhere else. I can hear myself think with all the shouting right outside my door. After having her say, Betty retreats into her room. Mary, I'm not saying I believe Betty, but anyone can make a mistake, you know. Just what are you implying, Mr. Hyde? You should check your room again. You could get lucky and find the ring there after all. Already checked everywhere. I told you it's not there. I hear you, but what's the harm of having one last look? Okay. Maybe we could take a look around my room one more time. But if I'm right, and the ring doesn't show up, what are we going to do then? I don't know. Maybe you could take a look around Tony's room. You don't have a problem with that, do you, Tony? Yes, I don't. Then it's settled. But I have one condition, Mr. Hyde. You have to check my room. Me? Yes. You and Mr. Wolf seem to be friends, and you think he's innocent, so you need to be the one to check the room before you take me seriously. And we'll see who's telling the truth. If you insist. I'll wait for you in my room. Mary finishes speaking and returns to room 206. Okay. So, this is Mary's room. Please come in, Mr. Hyde. Search as much as you like, but I doubt you'll find anything. Don't be so sure. I can be pretty thorough. Before I get started, though, I'm curious about something. Can you tell me where you left the ring this morning? Certainly. I put it on the table just in front of my sofa. I remember clearly putting it there. It's not there now, though. Remember clearly, huh? Do you normally wear the ring, Mary? Yes, but I do take it off and place it on my bedside table before going to bed. Any other times you take it off? Well, yes. When I wash my face or if I'm cleaning dishes in the kitchen, for example. Also, I usually take it off when I'm putting on my makeup. I see. Oh boy. Mr. Hyde, I'd rather you didn't go snooping around in my bathroom. And never even take my ring in there. Just checking out all the possibilities, don't get the wrong idea. It's a dresser with a huge mirror on it. Someone likes looking at herself. There it is. There seems to be something lodged between the dresser and the chest of drawers. What's that? Looks like something shiny has dropped down between the furniture.
I know
what
you
do we
have
have
gone
here?
through a lot of physical changes as of late, but you didn't become a woman.
Yeah. Oh my god. Kinda wanna play Deus Ex again. Anyway, looks like my manly arms are too big to fit into the gap. Hey Mary. What is it? Mind if I shift this dresser a little? Good luck. Thanks for the support. That dress is fixed tight to the wall and there's no easy way of moving it. Good idea in my opinion. I wouldn't want it falling every time we have an earthquake. Now maybe we have a problem. Great, now what? What is it, Mr. Hyde? Looks like something's fallen between the dresser and the chest of drawers. I'm gonna get a closer look. Between the dresser and the chest of drawers? Yeah, right between these two. Are you sure you're not just seeing things? Can't make much out of it all. You never know, it could turn out to be your ring. Problem is, I can't get my arm in to pull
Just
it out.
get it out with a stick.
Got anything lying around we could poke in there to get it out? Like what? Doesn't really matter what it is, just has to be thin enough to fit into the gap. Nothing really springs to mind. If you find anything that looks like likely to fit, feel free to give it a try. Great, looks like I've got another search on my hands.
An umbrella, maybe. Don't really see anything. Oh, okay, I guess that works. Okay. Didn't really expect that to work, but... I made it worse.
Kyle, you dumb fuck. I take it from the way you're acting, it didn't work. It's no problem, I just gotta give it some more thought. Better get thinking then. Use it differently? Use the hook instead of longing? I don't know.
Kyle Hyde, genius detective.
Combine with the room key. Fuck me, I don't know. Can I get your toothbrush?
Call Rachel and ask if she's got an idea.
Hey Ed. I don't care that you fired me, but you gotta help me with this. Can't figure out how to get that damn ring out of the corner there. I really don't know. Are you kidding me? The lid? What? The fuck is that? Of course. So what else can I steal from here? December 18th. Serial robberies at jewelers. Due to recent spate and robberies targeting expensive jewelry, the Los Angeles Police Department has requested that all parties who may be a target tighten their security. The LAPD is aiming to apprehend these criminals as soon as possible, but according to a source in the department, they currently have no leads to work from. Looks like a piece on jewel thieves. Ugh. I don't know, dude.
Does the tool have to be from this room?
I would think so.
Yeah.
Guess Hyder's gonna have to MacGyver his way through.
I don't really see anything else to pick up, though. Am I missing something? Like, I can't get the pencil. I've already tried that. Even though that will be useful, I would think. Yeah.
Can you find anything adhesive to attach on the lid?
Adhesive? I don't think so. I would have expected that you can combine these. But nope. I don't know. Let's just use it for shits and giggles. Psst. Ah.
Can you combine the string with the hanger?
I did that several times already. Weren't you not paying attention, dude? Oh, I can actually look into these. Alright, well, that changes things. There we go. Let's just grab everything.
No, I weren't.
You wasn't. Yous wasn't paying attentions. Anyway. Not exactly the way I would have gone about it, but... Perfect, got it.
Now perhaps I can put an end to this whole mess. Hey, I stole your stuff. Mary, what is it? So, does this look anything like the ring you claim was stolen? You found it? Yeah, didn't even break a sweat. I'm no expert on jewelry, and this looks like a pretty decent ring even to me. Definitely impressed by the brick stone on it. Mr. Hyde, now you found my ring, please hand it to me now. Let's get into her all of a sudden. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell. I'm just keen to get my property back. Yeah, I guess you are. That's it. That's my ring. So that puts an end to it. Looks like you wanted to hang the wrong man after all when you blamed Tony. Yes, I'm not exactly proud of myself either. I mean, I did kinda jump to the wrong conclusion. It happens. I just lost it when I noticed my precious ring had gone. Must be really special if you're that protective of it. It's one of the most treasured things I have. It was a present from my older brother before he passed away. Mary reaches for the photo of the bookshelf on the bookshelf. I suppose I'd better go and patch things up with Mr. Wolf. Not sure if I can face him right away, though. I'm still pretty embarrassed. He's bound to fly off the handle and start shouting at me again. You can't say you don't deserve it. What should I do? Tell you what, I'll have a word with him, see if I can't smooth things over a bit. Thank you, Mr. Hyde. Here, you might as well take your stuff back too. You won't be needing it now you've gotten your ring back. I'll see myself out. Thanks again. Sup? Tony. What is it, man? I found the ring in Mary's room. Seriously, you got it? It'd fallen down the side of her dresser. I knew it! I knew she got her facts all wrong! She also said she's sorry. Yeah, like that's gonna be enough to clear the air. It's about time I started hearing some serious apologies. I think you should go easy on her, Tony. She's really embarrassed and not exactly proud of what she said. Perhaps you should just let this slide this time. You heard what she said about me, right? Come on, Tony. We're all going to be clearing out of these apartments soon. You really want to cause any more trouble for yourself? Yeah, maybe you're right. I think I'm man enough to take this one in the chin. Forgive and forget and all. Thanks to you, I'm in the clear. Can't thank Yankee enough for what you did. Can't imagine it would have gone this well if I'd asked anyone else. Guess all the detective training you got really paid off. Hey, hold on. Hey, Tony, how did you find out? About me being a detective, I mean. Heard it from Dylan. Dylan? How the hell did he know? I thought you must have told him or something. Like I'd tell a guy like him all about my past. I haven't told anyone living in this building about that. That's so? I just figured that kind of info must have come straight from you. I was pretty surprised when I heard you used to wear a badge. Figured you must have been through something rough to make you quit. Meaning? Hey, no need to give me that kind of look. Just thinking out loud. Looks like I crossed the line, huh? Oh wow, is that the time? I gotta be at an audition. Catch you later, man. An audition? Yeah, and if I make it through, I'm gonna get me a live gig. And if that happens, drinks are on me. Tony makes his way along the hallway and heads down the stairs towards the lobby. I won't help my breath for those drinks. There's something about what Tony said. What was it? How does Dylan know about my past? It's my pager. Better get back to my room. What was it? It's 202? Yeah. This is Red Crown. How can I help you? It's me. What's up? Let's just get back. I'll pass you over. What is it, Hyde? There's something we need to discuss. Yeah, well, it's a little late to start apologizing. Don't care how much you grovel, I'm not gonna get back on my decision. It's not about me getting fired, Ed. And what the hell is it about? It's about an order that made its way back to me directly. What? There was an order sheet in my room when I got back yesterday. The message on it was vague. It goes like this. Find the Scarlet Star that was disappeared in Hotel Cape West 25 years ago. You sure you got your facts straight? Orders shouldn't come directly to you at all. As far as the clients are concerned, they don't even know Kyle Hyde. You haven't been spreading what we deal with behind the scenes, have you? What do you take me for, an idiot? Whatever. Ignore that order sheet. In case you forgot, Red Crown ain't your concern anymore, so just drop it. You can take that piece of paper and burn it. But Ed... Plus, it sounds like a bogus order to me. Think about it. Who's gonna be after something that went missing 25 years ago? Just drop it. Besides, you've got more important things to do, like finding a job. Ed. I'm hanging up. Bogus order. Even if it does turn out to be bogus, how did it make its way to me? Speaking of strange, Tony heard I was a detective from Dylan, of all people. Something's not quite right about all this. I think it's about time Dylan and I got better acquainted. Alright, sure wish I knew which room he was in. Is that in my notebook somewhere? Characters. Dylan. 304. No, that weirdo. Okay. Huh? There's someone in the hallway. You got a moment? I got some questions I'd like to ask you. Questions to ask me? Yeah. Let me bend your ear for a bit. Are you going to tell me what's it about? Tony from 201 told me that you were blabbing about me being once being a detective. That's right. I think I did mention it to him. But he came and asked me about it first. He asked you about me? Right. Must have been about 2 weeks back. I was called to his room too. Room to take care of a door that wouldn't close properly. And after I fixed it, he asked if I'd like to grab a drink. That's when he started asking about you. I remember him asking if I knew anything about you. Ah! Care to tell me how you knew I used to be a detective? It just cropped up one day. Cropped up? What's that supposed to mean? I saw your name in an old newspaper article. In an article? Right. It was an article about an undercover investigation in New York. When I read it through, I noticed the name Kyle Hyde. I also noticed that you shot an undercover cop. One that was on a take, not exactly through and through blue. When was the newspaper dated? I think it was from around 4 years back. Why did Tony want to know about me? He was going on about how he'd like to become your friend, and just wanted to know if I knew anything about you. So naturally, when he asked, I told him what I knew. All I said to him was that you're an ex-detective who works as a salesman.
Where did you find this newspaper?
Let me think. It was just a coincidence. I stumbled across the paper and noticed that article.
Finding an old newspaper with stuff about me was a coincidence? You really expect me to buy that story?
Honest, I was out on a job at the time.
Out on a job?
Yeah, I'm in the plumbing and repair business, so I often get sent out on jobs. I find myself in buildings and offices a lot, even fix windows occasionally too. Thinking back, when I saw that article, I had just moved back from New York, and I was doing a job in someone else's bathroom. People had just moved in and there was stuff all over the place, including an old newspaper someone left lying around. Just had lunch and thought I'd give it a read. That's when I saw your name.
How far back was this?
I don't know, 3 months. So, are we done with all the questions?
Yeah, for now. Huh? Who's there? Ugh, here we go.
You really should take your chat elsewhere. You're blocking the hallway. Sorry. Kindly get out of my way.
This miserable old guy's Frank Raver. He occupies room 302 and has a tendency to skulk around late at night.
If memory serves, you're...
Kyle Hyde, the guy living in the apartment below you, who incidentally has to put up with the racket you make walking around all night.
I don't appreciate being accused of things, Mr. Hyde. This building may be old, but it's solid and unlikely to cause such disturbance.
I'm telling you, I can hear every one of your footsteps loud and clear. Sometimes I can't even get a wink of sleep while they're stamping around.
Looks like I misjudged you, Mr. Hyde. Had you pegged as the kind of guy who can have more important things on his mind.
Meaning what?
Mr. Raver, Mr. Hyde is just trying to say that he's noticed some noise coming from your room. He's not trying to start an argument with you. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Hyde?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Well, I suppose I can try to take a little more care late at night.
Gee, thanks. Bit of a cranky old timer we got here.
While we're all here, I had a matter to bring to your attention, darling. You did? Yes, it seems that someone left trash by the fire door on the 4th floor again. Not again. Who'd be so careless? That's a good question. But more importantly, we wouldn't want an incident like before now, would we? I recommend you get there and clean it up right away. Will do. Thank you, darling.
Frank goes back into his room and disappears from sight.
Which reminds me, I've never got around to checking out the 4th floor.
You take care of the repair work on the 4th floor too?
Certainly do.
Well, I thought the whole floor was disused. That's why it's out of bounds.
All the rooms up there are remnants from when this place was a hotel. The fire door was sealed to prevent access, though. Having problems all the way up there is just adds to the hassle. It's the last place we want things to go wrong. I'm going to have to leave you, Mr. Hyde. I have to get up there and sort this out.
Alan heads up the staircase. What's up on the 4th floor? Now my curiosity is really piqued.
Let's check it out.
Looks like Dawn's already here.
What are you doing up here, Mr. Hyde?
I didn't think it was a crime to wander up here once in a while.
That's true.
Frank said something about some trash.
It's the forbidden floor.
Yes, I already took care of it, though. It was just a flyer from an old newspaper. No great shakes.
So, someone makes their way up here just to dispose of something like that?
You'd be surprised, but it does happen from time to time. It's things like this that really get to me. Just another one of those many problems with a building anyone can get into. In my opinion, you're asking for trouble if people can just walk in off the street.
What kind of an incident was Frank referring to?
Sorry, I don't follow.
Just now, outside room 302, Frank Raver said something about an incident. Said that something happened up here on the 4th floor.
Oh right, that.
Care to share the details?
It was nothing.
Is that right?
Yes, nothing you need to worry about. Okay, I've got to make a move.
Alan makes his way to the stairs and descends out of sight. Now I know something's up. He seemed caught off guard when asked. I've got an idea. If the rooms up here have been left as they were when it was Hotel Cape West, I wouldn't mind having a better look around. And I wouldn't mind having a fucking second throat because mine's about to fucking hit the dust, bite the dust, kill itself. Hold on. Actually, thinking on it, I need a new body entirely. I can still make out the scorch marks on the wall from some sort of fire. Looks like Dallin took the care of the trash someone left behind. Looks like there's some sort of control panel attached to the wall. Switches on the control panel are both on the on position.
What you need is better augments. A new body for moving free, Riley.
Yes. Move your body pre-bree. There's a heap of old furniture and junk blocking the door to the roof. No way I'm getting through these. The 4th floor hallway is blocked by a hefty looking fire door. Let's see if the thing's locked or not. This can't be good. Now the alarm's ringing. Kyle, you fucking idiot. Where's the alarm? Oh, here it is. Why can't I pick any of these up? Jesus Christ. What kind of switch is this? Okay. Finally, it stopped. Not a moment too soon either. Huh? Someone's coming. You again.
Mr. Hyde, what have you done?
Yeah, about that. Kinda made a judgment error and set off the alarm.
A judgment error? We're lucky thought you'd open the door and start snooping around inside.
Yeah, you got me.
This is bad, real bad.
What? Mrs. Patrice? Told you this was bad. Dylan, care to explain what's going on here? For one, why was the alarm ringing just now? Let me explain. And just what are you doing up here, Mr. Hyde? I was just... Well, it's not what you think, Mrs. Patrice. Then kindly explain it to me. The alarm went off because I thought it would be a good idea to conduct a test to see if the system was working properly. A test? At this time of day? Yes. Isn't that what happened, Mr. Hyde? It's just like he said. A test. Dallin asked me to give him a hand while he set it up. I see. Yeah, I asked him to help. I just figured that even though we're going to be leaving soon, it would be a good idea to make sure the safety measures are still working. Good thinking, Dylan. I can't tell how grateful I am to you for taking such good care of the building. Now if you'll excuse me. Max walks away and goes downstairs. Thanks for covering me there. It's not a problem. Now you're off the hook. You might want to head back downstairs. Guess he's right. Think I'll go take it easy in my room. What are you talking about? Now that the alarm is off, you can just go inside. After I return from the 4th floor, I decide to take a load off and relax on the sofa. Still can't shake the mystery surrounding that order sheet I got. 4 o'clock already. Just in time to catch that show about Hugh Speck on TV. Today on 5 News, we take a look back at Hugh Speck's career from LAPD officer to candidate for LA mayor. Hugh Speck comes straight from the ranks of LA's finest, where he had a long and distinguished career. While in the LAPD, he cracked many high-profile cases and even stamped out the incidents of police corruption. One of his most famous cases happened in the 1950s. A crime ring named Condor was responsible for multiple jewel thefts all over LA. Speck was tireless in his efforts to bring Condor down. Then, 13 years ago, Speck entered the world of politics. As a politician, he continued down his path of justice. One could say that Speck was destined to lead this city. The election ahead will be very interesting indeed. This is Robert Harrison for 5 News signing off. Hugh Speck. He was an officer in the LAPD during the incident involving my old man. It's true that, back in the day, he solved his fair share of cases. But in the one surrounding my dad, Officer Speck had a far lesser role to play. Okay, now how am I going to keep myself occupied? Still plenty of time left until dinner. Maybe I'll take a trip down to Lucky's Cafe and grab a coffee. Coffee? Coffer. Hey, I recognize that guy over there. He's, holy shit. With a ruffle? Oh my god. What the hell? Well, hello there. Hi. I definitely know this guy. He's on the 3rd floor and... You're Kyle Hyde from room 202, aren't you? Yeah. And you're... Charles. Charles. Yes, Charles. Is there something wrong with my name? Oh no, I get it. You forgot it again, didn't you? You got me, kid. But it's coming back to me. Your full name's Charles Junet, right? Exactement. Might be a good idea to make a note of it or something, though. There's only 9 people in this building. It shouldn't be too hard to learn their names. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, kid. Some people find it very rude if you forget their name, you know? Trust me, I don't forget names on purpose. They just seem to slip through the cracks. I don't go around presuming everyone remembers me either. Interesting attitude. Thank you, Mr. Hyde. That helps me understand the kind of person you are better. Glad to hear it. Try to make the effort to remember my name from now on, yes? When I forget the person's name, I feel terrible inside. I hear you loud and clear. This guy looks like one of the Camarada. He came over as an exchange student from France about a year ago. According to Betty, he has dreams of becoming a big-time movie director. You're buddies with Billy, who used to live in 205, right? Yes, that's right. I remember Betty telling me a while back. Betty's lovely, isn't she? It's a shame that we won't be living in the same building as her for much longer. You've all got to leave this place after all. Thanks for the reminder. Hey, I heard the alarm bell ringing earlier. Do you know what happened? That was just a test, nothing special. A test? I thought it might have been something a little more exciting. Here we go again, I thought... Hey, have you got a moment? What did you think had happened? I thought it was happening all over again. What was? You know, like the panic about the fire from 2 weeks ago. I thought it was another fire. There was a fire here 2 weeks ago. Didn't you hear about that, Mr. Hyde? I didn't hear a thing, but then again, I was away on a trip at the time. It happened around lunchtime on a weekday. You know where the fire broke out? Yes, it was up by the staircase on the 4th floor. Interesting. Yes, I heard that someone came into the building and started it. Luckily, someone spotted it and put it out right away. So the building didn't suffer any loss and damage. So, who put the fire out? Mr. Raver. Frank Raver from 302? Yes, that's him. If Mr. Raver hadn't noticed the fire, who knows what might have happened. By the way, Mr. Hyde, what are you going to do after you leave this place? I haven't quite worked that out just yet. Me neither. I haven't even started looking for a new apartment. I really like this place, despite it being a little old and run down. You and me both, kid. I'll see you later, Mr. Hyde. Charles says goodbye and leaves. Is my head screwed on right? I can't leave just yet. Why, I thought we were... Oh, is the cafe in here? Again. Oh, hey. That's some fine-smelling food. Huh? It's Frank. You again? I'm bumping into you a lot lately, Mr. Hyde. Mr. Raver, good timing. I have some things I'd like to ask you. What is it? And what is this? An ambush? Charles told me that you came across a fire on the 4th floor 2 weeks back. I did, yes. And what about it? Are you in the habit of wandering around in out-of-bounds areas? What can I say? I get bored easily. I don't have a job to go to anymore either. Plus, it's good for my health to climb up and down the stairs. I thought for a moment you had something interesting to ask me. Goodbye. Frank slips away towards the staircase. Lucky's Cafe, best food and raw caffeine in town. It's worth the trip down the stairs just for that aroma of freshly ground coffee. Ah! Can't talk anymore. Wow, that's a shitty looking Christmas tree.
Frank is a sneaky man.
Hi! Welcome to Lucky's Cafe.
Oh, Mr. Hyde, nice to see you. Today's coffee is it's a straight Guatemalan mineral roast. Sounds good. I'll take one of those, coarsely ground and black. Gotcha. Can I get you something to go with that? That's the million-dollar question. Maybe I can tempt you with today's special dessert. We've only got one left. Made it myself, which makes it an extra special. Yeah, why not? I'm sure you won't regret it. The perky waitress is Claire Reagan, the daughter of the cafe owner. She's always cheery and keeps the customers coming back. She reminds me of kind of a bit, especially that face right there. Face right there at the end of her head tilt reminds me of Alpha from Cafe Alpha from the Yokohama shopping trip manga thing, which is very good and you should read it. Anyway, right. I have a habit of always sitting in the same seat when I come here. Sitting here enjoying a good coffee is one of the best things about this place. Here you go. Today's coffee and one of my special desserts. Truffles, huh? My own homemade plum truffles. Took a ripe dry plum, filled it with a wonderfully fruity chocolate ganache, then coated it with a slightly bitter type of chocolate for an edgy flavor. It all adds up to a deliciously sweet dessert. I hope you like it, Mr. Hyde. It certainly looks tasty. Bon appetit! Claire drifts away from the table after delivering my order. There's an appetizing look combination of coffee and a dessert on the table. That's a fine aroma. Fragrant coffee takes me away from my troubles, if only for a while. Well, Mr. Hyde. Huh? Looks like I can't stay away from your coffee for too long, can I? Glad to hear it. How are you finding today's blend? Let me see. Full flavored, slightly bitter, and with a fine aroma to boot. Isn't it spectacular? Got my hands on some top-notch beans. A little darker, but ground coarsely and dripped slowly, giving it a richer taste. Find it pays to add a little more than you think you need to. Well, it sure beats the instant crap. I'll take that as a compliment. Guy's name is Sidney Reagan. He's Claire's father and he owns this place. He can dig his heels in when he wants, but he likes to talk and get on well. Say, what did you think of the dessert? Be honest now. It was great. How great exactly?
These guys are total hipsters.
You know, just great. I thought you'd say something like that. For me, I find that adding some liquor really sets the taste apart from the rest. Liquor? Adding just the right amount of boosts the impact of the ganache. It helps to balance the taste of the plums and cocoa too. If you try the dessert I put together, chances are you'd be pining for another. How come you don't tell Claire all this? Don't get me wrong, it isn't like I haven't tried. She's just not interested in my take on recipes. Tells me to keep them to myself. She's in the habit of ignoring my good advice. Sometimes I think I can even see my ex-wife's personality poking through. By the way, Mr. Hyde, you know the customer sitting over there in the back? Which one? Him over there, the guy in the sunglasses. Guy in the sunglasses. Looks like Yakuza or something. There's a shifty looking guy sitting at the back wearing sunglasses. Who the hell is that guy? He a friend of yours, Mr. Hyde? Never laid eyes on him before. Strange, he seems to know all about you. What? Came around asking questions and everything. Just figured he must be a friend of yours. Looks like I got it all wrong though. Sidney finishes speaking and leaves the table side. Who is that guy and how does he know about me? Hooray!
me a story. Hey, got a moment? That depends. Firstly, who the hell are you? Sydney said you know who I am, but I've never even met you before. I have to start talking, pal. Is that right? Yeah, why don't we begin with your name? Name's Foster, Rex Foster. Thought it was gonna be him. So he calls himself Rex Foster. This must be the guy that caught Mom and Rachel. Finally, I got a face to put to the name I keep hearing. I've been busy making a lot of calls, it would seem. What are you after? I don't seem to remember asking for a guy like you to follow me around. Yeah, okay, you got me. You got something you want to say? Kyle. You're really trying to pretend you're a salesman, aren't you? The way you speak is a dead giveaway, though. There's no hiding you were a detective. What did you just say? Whoops, there I go again. Used to be a pretty good detective back when you were a cop in New York. Seems you had a pretty high opinion of yourself too, but seems that part may have been a little exaggerated. Didn't have you pegged as someone who want to conceal their past as a detective. Yes, I was wrong. I don't see what I don't see that my opinion of myself has got anything to do with you. But let's get back on track. What exactly do you want from me? About time you asked. I was hoping to ask you some questions is all. Questions? Yeah, to begin with, why did you choose to live in this particular building? No reason, just kinda wound up here. Pull the other one, that's not the reason. You set up here because of the place once being Hotel Cape West. I have no idea what he's going on about. Made you think, didn't I? Let's try another question, shall we? What's your attitude, buddy? You trying to hide the fact that there was some trouble today on the second floor, too? How did you know I was a detective? Now that would be telling. Don't play the innocent with me. You better start talking real quick. Let's just say a little bit of research on you went a long way. So you're researching me now, are you? Care to elaborate on that? Who the hell are you? Hey, easy. You're not the only person I'm looking into. Is that supposed to make me feel better? Can't really tell you anything right now. Speaking to you could be quite dangerous, Kyle. Cut the crap. Define dangerous. If you know too much, you might feel inclined to get in my way. Why would I want to get in your way? I didn't even know you. I never said you'd do it on purpose, but guys like you just tend to get in the way. You're making less and less sense as you go along. You may have left the force to seek out a life without too much excitement. Guys like you just get a shit and whiff of a case and switch right back their old ways. That's precisely why I can't afford to have you get in my way. Guys like me? You want to explain that to me? I'm sure you understand just fine. Trouble? What are you talking about? Say you're having nothing. So you're saying nothing happened, are you? Well, there was something. And that something was? Someone thought they'd been robbed. Really? You don't say? Turns out the person who started all the trouble was mistaken now. Not that any of this has got squat to do with you. Fair enough. Just wanted to ask. Who does this guy think he is? That's me done. I'm leaving. Hey, hold it. Not so fast. Take it easy, Kyle. There's plenty of time for us to sit down and chat, you know. Rex says his piece and leaves. Who does this guy think he is? Mr. Hyde? Huh? So, who was that guy? His name's
Rex Foster. Seems like he's been gathering information about me. Why would he do that? Are you in some sort of trouble? Not that I know of. He wasn't a detective, was he? Trust me, he was no detective. More likely he's working for some lousy agency or a third-rate newspaper. Yeah, I guess you're right. He seemed like a weirdo right from the moment I laid eyes on him. Sometimes he'd have his notebook open on the table. Seemed like when he thought of something, he'd write it down. Notebook? Yes, then he'd read his notes back to himself. It bugs me every time I see him. What made you think it was weird? For one, he's been coming here all the time, starting 2 or 3 days ago.
He was a bum.
Spending long hours with just a single cup of coffee, staring at my customers. And also, there's more. He goes around asking all kinds of questions. Such as? About stuff from the past, mostly. What kind of notes has he been making? When I took his coffee over once, I nearly caught a glimpse of the notes, but he noticed right away and snapped his notebook shut. Asking about stuff from the past? Like what? He tends to be fixated on this building's past, when it used to be a hotel. That's quite a while back. It is. He also asked me about something that happened 13 years ago. He never revealed his motives about why he was so interested in that particular event. What happened in the hotel 13 years ago? That's a tough question, and I'd appreciate it if you kept this to yourself. Mrs. Patrice asked me to avoid talking about it. You seemed especially keen to keep it from the people living in the apartments. What happened? I think I can trust you not to spread it around, Mr. Hyde. The truth be known, when this building was still a hotel, there was a murder here. On top of that, the case was never solved. An unsolved murder? What do you know about the incident? I don't think I'd better go into any more detail, Mr. Hyde. Come on, you've told me this much. Thing is, someone involved in the incident is rather close to me. There are also those who are keen to forget about the incident once and for all. Please understand, I'm just not happy to continue discussing it. One more thing. What is it? That Rex Foster guy seems to be offering information concerning that murder. He could be a reporter. The more I think about it, the more it fits. A shitty character like him would make a perfect reporter for one of those gossip mags. I'll bet my money that's where he's from. Could be. Changing the subject, Mr. Hyde, have you decided who's going to get your vote? I haven't quite made my mind up. The media seems to focus on Hugh Speck, the ex-congressman. I personally don't like the idea of him winning, though. Really? Why is that? I just find that guys like him with police backgrounds and such can be a bit suspicious. Got a friend who swears the guy was on the take during his days on the force. He said he was also into racketeering, among other things. We're talking about Hugh Speck, right? I've never heard these rumors. Well, it's politics, right? Everyone's at least a bit corrupt. Won't be easy for whoever becomes mayor. Lowering the crime rate will be tough. Ain't that the truth? Say, did you hear about the robbery at the jeweler's near here yesterday? Sydney puts up down a newspaper. This kind of crime gives people like me the jitters. It reminds me of a very similar incident a while back. Dad! Yeah? Got orders queued up over here. Can you come back with the counter come back to the counter for a while? Sure thing, I'll be right over. Duty calls, Mr. Hyde. I'll catch up with you another time. You mind if I take a look at this newspaper? Not a problem. Take your time. Sidney makes his way back behind the counter. Sidney's newspaper is on the table. Reads December 19, 1980. New development in serial jewel robbery cases. With regard to the succession of jewel burglaries that have taken place recently, the Los Angeles Police Department announced a new lead that the culprit could be a jewelry theft ring called Condor, based on the information that a woman with a black hat had been witnessed at the crime scene before the incident. Well, the plot thickens now, huh? This group once frightened the whole nation, and there are fears that the reign of terror is beginning once more. A woman in this article. Sounds just like the woman I saw outside the building yesterday. Things have been more hectic than usual since yesterday. I guess there's only one thing for it. If I think back over the events, maybe I can clear things up a bit. Just in time too. December 19th, 1980. My alarm clock woke me up as usual, but just after I got myself back to sleep, the phone rang and got me up again. The one who woke me up with the ridiculously early phone call was Jamie. Right. It was my mom who decided it would be a good time to call him. She's currently living in New Jersey by herself. After I finished speaking with Mom, Rachel called. Both she and Mom had some very similar stuff to tell me. They both said... Both Rachel and Mom said that they received phone calls from the same caller. They said his name was Rex Foster, that they were keen to find out whether he was an acquaintance of mine or not. After catching the TV show about the candidate whose speech Ed went to hear, they got me caught up in some crazy situation, just like always. Who was the second floor occupant that swore Tony stole her ring? Right. It was Marie from room 206. She'd somehow got it into her head that Tony was a master jewel thief. It was coerced into taking a look around Mary's room to prove Tony's innocence. Turns out the ring had just fallen between some furniture. As we talked, he mentioned that I knew I used to be a detective. Tony got that info from... that's Frank, right? No, not Frank. Oh, right. I forget names. Charles... Dylan? I don't remember. Fucking names. No. So his name was Dylan. God damn, I'm bad at names. I know who it is, I just don't know the name. After squeezing him for facts, he finally told me that he came from Dylan. Man's a quiet guy who lives in 304. He takes care of the general repairs around here. He found my name in an article from a 4-year-old newspaper. Funny how coincidences like these seem to happen around me. As the day went on, I had the urge to go to Lucky's Cafe downstairs. Figured I'd head down there, grab a coffee and take a breather. Imagine my surprise at finding none other than Rex Foster there. The cafe owner told me Rex had been asking questions. Was asking about... The owner told me that Rex had asked about what happened 13 years ago, when the apartments were still a hotel. He turned out to be the same guy who'd been calling around for info about me. Now I found out he's after facts surrounding what happened in the past here. Unluckily for me, he chose not to let me in on his secret and left. December 19th, 1980. Despite the apartments being due to close, I spent the entire day embroiled in conversations with the other residents. It turned out to be pretty useful for gathering facts on past and present events here. Especially the unsolved murder that happened 13 years ago. The sudden appearance of Rex Foster in the cafe today made me feel uneasy. It set my mind spinning back to the mysterious order sheet I found in my room. I think I'm just beginning to register the fact that there's something more to this building than meets the eye. There's some sort of secret to be found here, I'm sure of it.
Next time on Hotel Dusk.
Well, it's not Hotel Dusk, but
Same hotel channel. Same hotel time. I think it's about time to sleep.
Yes.
Hotel window.
It's about time. Alright, good night.